Before we get started today, I want to do a quick refresher over how to do long division problems, because we'll be doing long division with whole numbers and also we'll be doing long division with decimals. So as just a refresher, we're going to do a little bit of an easier problem, 156, and then this means divided by 13. So when I do this, I look at my number 13 and I say, how many times does it go into 1? Well, 13 doesn't go into 1, so I move over to the next digit. How many times does 13 go into 15? Well, we know it goes in there 1 time. 13 times 1 is 13. And now we subtract. 5 minus 3 is 2. 1 minus 1 is 0. After I subtract, I bring down my next digit, which is a 6, and I do the exact same steps. How many times does 13 go into 26? I know it goes in there 2 times, and it actually equals 26. 13 times 2 does. So when I subtract, I end up with 0. I have no remainder, and this right here, 12, would be my final answer. So I hope that gives you a little bit of a review before we move on to numbers that have more digits. And before we move on, we do need to know the difference between a dividend, a divisor, and a quotient. I think the one that we're most familiar with is a quotient. So 12 is our quotient, meaning 12 is the answer to a division problem. Right? So we know that the sum is the answer to an addition problem. The product is the answer to a multiplication problem. And the difference is the answer to a subtraction problem. So a quotient is the answer to a division problem. And now the two that we often mix up are dividend and divisor. So a divisor would be 13. So that means that a divisor is the number that we are dividing by. So we are dividing 156 by the number 13, so that's the divisor. And the dividend would be right here, and that would be the number we are dividing. So make sure you write those down in your notes and you know the difference between the three.